Task Force 27, Task Force 27, OCD on TAC 14. They're going to take that.
Sheltering in place is a concept where in lieu of evacuation, which could put you in danger of the fire by trying to get out, you may even get yourself in a position that now you're unprotected. There are some instances where it would be better to stay in the confines of your home, particularly if you're in a good place where the brush clearance is good, your structure has been built with materials that are fire resistant, and that you have adequate space that would give you that type of protection. If you do decide to stay in your home, one of the most important things that you can do is to pick up the telephone and dial 911 and let them know that you are in your house.
Leave the lights on so we know that the house is being occupied. We have a tendency to see you a little bit better during the smoke and during a fire situation. And if you see fire personnel, get their attention, because they're probably going to either want you to stay put at that point. If there's a situation where we cannot evacuate you, your safest place is going to be in your home.
Secondary to that is becoming educated. Come to our website, read about the red flag conditions, read about the ordinance that we put in place to try to keep roads open for both evacuation and for firefighters to access the brush areas.
Several months prior to the brush season, we know what's going to happen. The Santa Ana winds are going to kick up, the humidity is going to drop a little bit, and it's going to get hotter. The hillsides are going to warm up. So what we try to do is we go out and train.
The department's commitment is number one, first and foremost, to make sure you're safe, to make sure your home is safe, your family's safe. We are working with many of the other city agencies to ensure that we are coordinated, and at the end of the day, when we do get a large wind-driven brush fire, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and that we will be prepared, coordinated, and that you'll be safe.
We pride ourselves in the Los Angeles Fire Department to getting anywhere within our first-in district within a 5-minute response time. Usually it's a lot quicker than that. We're out the door within 60 seconds, and that's our standard. From time of alarm to put on our equipment and get out the doors, we're doing that. But we can't do it unless if the roads are blocked, if cars are parked in those narrow streets, those windy streets that we see a lot in the hills. It's great living up there, it's close to nature, you have a beautiful view, but unfortunately the parking isn't that great, so it forces the community to park on the streets. But during those red flag days, they will be posted. There are certain streets that have been identified that are posted. Adhere to those red flag days, adhere to what the announcement is that morning. Turn on the radio, you can call 311, which is our city information line. You can find out whether it's a red flag day. You can drive by the local fire station and see a red flag hanging from the flagpole. If all those indicators are present to you, then definitely adhere to those, because that's going to make the difference from us getting out the fire station, getting to your community, and getting up there to put that fire out.
If you have prepared properly, then your home will be given the best chance it can of survival. If you have done your brush clearance, it will give it that defensive space that we need to work to try to help your home. If you have prepared for your evacuation properly, then everything that you need, if you need to evacuate, you'll have that readily available, and you don't waste the precious time that we talked about in a fast-moving fire.
It's truly a tragic situation when you see somebody that has lost literally everything they've owned, everything they've ever worked for. It's certainly one of the downsides to our occupation as firefighters to see somebody lose life. or to lose their possessions. And we're in the business of saving lives and property, but we can't always do that, unfortunately. And all I could say is that the time that you spend now, to prepare will pay dividends in the long run. That's either going to save your life, it's going to save your child's life, your wife, or your husband, or your family member, or friend, your community. Whatever you can do now to prepare could make a difference. It could just save a life, or it can also save a firefighter's life. You know, we are in a risky business, risky situations, and we do get to a point where we have to put ourselves in precarious situations. But if you can help us out and prepare and do the things that we just talked about, we're all going to come out through this okay. We're all going to be prepared, and we're going to get through the potential of a tragic situation. It doesn't have to be that way. You know, like I said, Mother Nature is unpredictable. It can blow through the Hollywood Hills. It can blow through the mountainsides. It's going to heat up those hillsides pretty quick and run through there, but we can prepare. It doesn't have to be a disaster if we just prepare for it.
As I stand here in the plaza that's erected in honor of those firefighters that have made the ultimate sacrifice, that really is our commitment, is to make sure we stand between you and the fire front, and that is our commitment to you. We'll lay our lives down so that you can be safe.